So I've now come to a realisation that I hate men. I hate men. Like, I really do. Like,
What she's not saying is this. She also hates God. That's why she hates men.
I'm about to get me a couple cats and a couple more cats and live happily ever after with my cats.
Motherfucker cat. In my heart of hearts, I feel like I know what it sounds like when hurt people speak. And then I know what it sounds like when disingenuous people speak. Do you think these women are GITs, grifters in training? Let me know in the comment section. Regardless of your answer, I gotta address the elephant in the room. Why is it okay for women to openly bash men?
Simply put, if a man tells me that he hates women, I know that he's dangerous. If a woman tells me that she hates men, I know it just because she's been emotionally done wrong. I don't care if a woman says, I hate men. In fact, I encourage her, you should hate men.
Why is it that every time I see a take like this, like clockwork, their stitches and duets are off? It's like they're confident enough to say BS, but not confident enough to stand on it or defend their positions. The problem with idiotic double standards like this is the fact that there's nothing stopping me from saying in return, if a man tells me he hates women, he most likely got his heart broken by a horrible woman who he gave everything to, including his trust. Therefore, his hate is justified. But if a woman tells me that she hates men, she's just chronically online, most likely spends too much time on social media, and probably couldn't maintain a relationship if her life depended on it. We can go back and forth all day, because at the end of the day, there is no real validity to any of these generalizations. And even if you were able to miraculously find that your reasoning did apply to most men and women, you wouldn't be helping your case by admitting that you encourage this kind of hate. Any kind of serious consideration for your thought process that anybody was willing to provide to you is completely out the window, because now they can actually see that you're nothing but an irrational individual who doesn't truly care about solutions. You just want to spew generalized hate on the internet because Tommy broke up with you in the 5th grade. If you treat every floor like lava, you'll spend the rest of your life jumping through pointless hoops just to try to avoid them. And if you constantly treat every man like they're the enemy, don't expect your interactions and experiences with men to be sunshine and rainbows. Men are not your enemy. It'd be a lot worse if they were.
I love the way this young man just broke down everything she said. It's great to see young men standing up, speaking the truth. Now, I started off the show asking the question, do you think these women are genuine or grifters in training? In the process of answering that question, I want to say two things about this previous clip. The first thing I want to say is she did not give a good reason for hating men. The second thing I want to say is this. I learned that it is not wise to underestimate the hatred of women. Check this clip out.
The first one, I think, is that men are afraid that women will rule the world in the ways that men have.
First of all, if you actually understood history, you'd know we've had female rulers before. And if you actually took a good look at history, you would notice that female rulers are actually 20% more likely to be warmongers. Mainly because women are far less likely to actually have to go to war or to have been to war. Most of the kings throughout history were also warriors who fought with their men. As such, they were way more cautious in actually engaging in war. Women just sent men to do their dirty work, so they were more trigger happy with starting one.
So essentially what a lot of these women are doing that's making male bashing content is warmongering. You have a bunch of women out here that's not actually in the war, but they are inciting war. They are inciting division between men and women.
It's settled, bitch. We don't need men anymore, and they're fucking afraid. As they fucking should be. Eat a dick, for real. But when it comes to settling, I want to read y'all something in my book that I wrote. First off, I have a chapter called I'd Rather Die Alone. Period. Obviously, I have my man now, but I found him, I truly believe, because I made peace with dying alone. I don't fucking care. I'd rather die.
What's wild about Jewel Follow? What's so interesting to her? She's not really interested. What the mob that she has built, the platform that she has built, literally hating men. What's crazy about her situation is she literally states, well, obviously I have my man. She has a man. She's married. But she gets on the internet and sells you women male bashing, male hating content. It's not just her. She took a page out of all the female rap artists that are married and to get on here and tell you, fuck my baby daddy and you know, I don't cook, I don't clean, da 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 da. They all, Beyonce, single ladies, all the single ladies and got a whole husband. That is the infinite money glitch. Appeal to the women's inability to get a man. Appeal to women's disgust and distaste for the men that they can't get to act right. That's wild. It's nasty work.
But nevertheless, we must realize that it is work. They are getting paid.
She is doing a national world tour about I Hate Men. How much money? How much money do you think she is making? Do you think her van is making more than her? No, seriously. He is in his soft guy era. He keeps on talking about soft guy era this, soft guy era that. Shut the fuck up.
Single women have pulled one heck of an Uno reverse card on single men. Now we're the one.
This video is so cringeworthy, it's ridiculous. Yet another woman who is in a relationship is telling you women how to stay single.
Yes, it's cool to identify that a lot of these people are grifters, but the question is, who are you going to go to after you stop listening to these people? And that's where women have to start dealing with that hate that they have for men. The real disconnect between men and women is the fact that women have fell for mostly all the marketing tactics, hook, line, and sinker, because all of the marketing tactics is sexy. None of the marketing tactics are going to say, listen to your man, save money, real love doesn't cost. That's not going to be the narrative. But the scriptures talk about this. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verses 6 through 8 speaks about the gullible nature of women. Listen, the powers that be know the gullible nature of women. A lot of these marketing campaigns are government funded.
Massive. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security paid nearly $700,000 to a counterterrorism NGO to, quote, intercept and divert Twitter or X traffic away from specific individuals in the manosphere. At Rational Mail, at CueBracey, Andrew Tate, and at Fresh and Fit Pod, among others, were specifically named as targets. The DHS TVTP grant funding was given to Arizona State University, home of the McCain Institute. The purpose of this grant was to design a native tool to be used on Twitter to effectively suppress individuals in the manosphere by diverting their audiences away from their content towards counter-messaging content, websites, podcasts, and creators curated by the McCain Institute.
So once again, I go back to the young man earlier who was addressing a woman that justified her reason for male bashing and said, and he mentioned that she never has her comments turned on. We have to realize that a lot of these people are diversions. A lot of these people are plants. They are simply put there for counter messaging. When I see things like this, it reminds me of the White Feather campaign. For those of you that don't know what the White Feather campaign is, go do some research. I'm not saying that you need to make women your enemy, but I'm saying you need to be smart enough to know the women that are really your enemy versus the women that are your allies. Because once again, women fall for a lot of marketing campaigns and men don't. A lot of marketing is targeted at women. I went to school for marketing, and one of the things that they taught us in marketing is that 80% of marketing is pushed towards women because women are the ones who spend the majority of the money. And so the interesting thing about the days and times that we living in is the normalized state of women versus the normalized state of men.
Do you need a man?
No.
Need a man?
Oh, God.
Do you need a man?
No.
Do we need women?
Yes.
We do. Why?
These women are awesome.
Do we need women?
Of course.
Why?
Yeah, you do need women.
They're beautiful.
Do we need women?
Women make us feel compassionate and affectionate.
Do we need women?
Of course they do.
Do we need women?
Yes.
Why?
Because they're hot.
And what else?
They're hot.
Do we need women?
I mean, shit, unless they're gay.
Most men agree that we need women. The same people that's making money off of the rhetoric of men hating women, they come in and misconstrue what men say and sell it to those women that hate men so they can hate men more. The normalized state of women is, I don't need a man. And the normalized state of men is, I need a woman. So as we can see, some women are grifters and other women genuinely hate men. But the true value that I hope you got from this video is realizing the reason why man bashing is acceptable is because it is government funded. It is used as counter messaging, as a diversion to God's will, to the powerful message that a lot of men speak in this space. And it says it right there in the Bible. It says that your war is not against flesh and blood. It's against principalities. If you like this video, I have another video similar to this one entitled Restaurants Are Scamming Single Women. This is yet another example of how women are falling for predatory marketing and being led astray. So if you like this video, click the link below and I'll see y'all over there. Peace.